Hello, everyone, and welcome to the High School OT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. We've got a top 10 matchup here for you this evening as the Rolesville Rams are hosting the Providence Day Chargers. A great matchup between one of the best in the Triangle versus one of the best in the Charlotte area. Rolesville hosting tonight. They're coming into with a 0-1 record. They lost in the season opener down in Charlotte to Mallard Creek. They fell behind early, was unable to mount enough of a comeback to get that win. But the Rams are still ranked number 8 coming into tonight. The Chargers on the other sideline, they had a major comeback effort that was successful last week, defeating Roman Catholic out of Pennsylvania by a 29-28 score. The Chargers are one of the best programs in the North Carolina Independent Schools Athletic Association. And then Rolesville, one of the best year in, year out in the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. I am J. Mike Blake. Pleased to be with you this evening. Should be a fantastic matchup between these two teams. Let's talk a little bit about their coaches. On the opposite sideline, you've got Providence Day, coached by Chad Greer. You may know one of many of his sons, including Will Greer, who played in the NFL for the Carolina Panthers for a little bit. He is 42-8 in his tenure with Providence Day. And on the other sideline, Rolesville, coached by Rainier Rackley, who is 26-5 in his years with the Rams. These two teams, again, both ranked top 10 in the state. Providence Day, also number 4 in the 704 area code. Rolesville, also number 2 in the 919 area code. HighSchoolOT also publishes power rankings. Providence Day, number 1 in the North Carolina Independent Schools rankings by our own Joel Bryant. Rolesville, on the other hand, number 4 amongst all the 8A schools. It's a new year in the North Carolina High School Athletic Association as they double the number of classifications from 4 to 8. So Rolesville's in that upper tier. It's one of the biggest 32 schools in the state. And they are number 4 amongst those schools, number 1 in the East. They went to the state finals last year, as did Providence Day in those respective divisions. Both teams entering this year with championship hopes. They've got a coin toss right now. And then they will determine the opening kickoff, which way it's going to go. We're down on the farm is what they like to nickname Rolesville High School. It's only about 13 years old. It has already established itself as one of the premier football programs in all of North Carolina. Some renovations going on here as well to the track. Kind of looks like a Fayetteville school of like a decade ago with a dirt track going around, but that'll be upgraded shortly in the coming months. Again, these two teams test themselves a lot in the non-conference. This is Rolesville's next to last non-conference game. They'll head to Richmond next week, then it's a bye week, and then they begin Cap 8 play in the new look Cap 8, featuring some of the biggest schools in the Triangle area. Providence Day, they have this game, and then 2 more against members of the Athletic Association. So they have Charlotte Catholic next week, Butler following after that, and then after that it's all independent schools for them. So Providence Day will receive the opening kickoff when we get things started. It is a hot 80 degrees. Usually you don't want to complain. You don't want to be caught complaining about 80 degrees in a North Carolina August, but it is a little on the warm side. So we're facing the sun. Should drop down to something real nice in the 70s here as the sun gets a little bit lower in the sky. Both teams featuring some of the top recruits in the state. We'll tell you a lot about them as the game goes along. Providence Day, led by quarterback Zaid Lott, a senior committed to Syracuse. We also have playmaker at wideout Griff Galloway. He's committed to Clemson, as is offensive lineman Leo Delaney. So that's 3 ACC-bound seniors on Providence Day. For Rolesville, you have, let me make sure I get them all, 4 seniors who are going to play Division I. We'll have more on them. Right now, you're looking at the Rams. So we will get things started here in a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, we want to welcome you in to the farm here on the hillside of town. Tonight's contest is scheduled for one fall.
Yes.
Welcome in the Chargers from Providence Day, making that trip from Charlotte, taking on none other than your home team, Rolesville.
Yes, now it is. It says properties right above it. I don't see it. We're both looking for it. You said it says properties instead of buildings. Right here. Okay, I see. It was higher. Okay. I'm on it. I'm on the screen now. No. Okay, so I'm on properties. Okay, I see brown. Boom, we got it.
We're in. So I can get the scorebook up there. We are back after the opening kickoff. Providence Day taking over just shy of the 50-yard line. This is Zaid Lott throwing to the right boundary and complete. That ball is complete to Gordon Sellers for a short pickup.
Right side sideline, but we had flags on the
There's a little flag. I think maybe he took a little pushing after he had already gone out of bounds. It's about a 5 or 6 yard pickup currently. The sun's still bright here at the farm, and it is going to be on Rolesville after the play, so that will allow Providence Day to pick up the first down.
That's going to be a new set of downs for the Chargers.
Again, Zaid Lott, the quarterback for the Chargers, a Syracuse recruit. He's got a bunch of talented players that he can throw to on this Chargers offense. He starts out shotgun formation. And then it's Aiden Gallos, the running back, to his right. 4 wide for the Chargers. We have a flag pre-snap on this one. And it could just be a sideline warning. We'll see. It looks like it's in the direction of that. A very early sideline warning, and it is because he picks up the flag after that. So first and 10 at the 32-yard line for the Chargers. Throwing again to the far boundary. It's complete, making one guy miss, going up the sideline. He's got a first down and a little bit of change there. That is on the completion. That's also, once again, Gordon Sellers.
Number 10 block, finding his man once again. Fletcher.
Make that an 11-yard pickup.
First down, Chargers.
For Zaid Lott, 2 of 2 passing to start off. Swings to the left side, incomplete, dropped by Griff Galloway.
And pass intended for Galloway falls incomplete. It'll bring up second down.
He's a multi-purpose offensive weapon that they like to use. Galloway already one of the top juniors in the state. More than a dozen Power 4 offers. You see they'll move him around a little bit. He's playing the slot right now as there's 3 wide to the near side of your screen. Chargers in 2nd and 10 now. Blitz is coming. They pick it up. Lott's going to the end zone and too far. Looking again for Sellers. Unable to bring that one down. Looked like he maybe slipped a little bit.
Once again, ball started here on the 20-yard line. 3rd and 10.
This will be 3rd down and 10. As you can hear the vuvuzelas right here in front of us. Two incomplete passes in a row for Providence Day. They need to get to the 11 for a first down. Rolling to his left is Lott, throwing, and nobody there. And the Rolesville defense holds here. And it looks like the kicking team will come on. They do have a talented kicker. Do the Chargers. This is Jacob Baggett. He handled a lot of their kickoff duties last year and had a lot of touchbacks. And now he's got the kicking job all to himself. This hold looks like it'll be at about the 27, so this will be a 37-yard field goal. Trying to get some points on the first drive of the day. It is almost blocked. That's going to be roughing the kicker. And it is good from 37, but he got nailed. Coming off the edge there for Rolesville was A.J. Roberts. He nearly got the ball, but he didn't get any piece of it. So when he hits the kicker, that's a roughing penalty. Not just the 5-yard one. So he got him pretty good. So that's
And that is a personal foul.
We'll see what the ball was spotted. It will be a first down. So
Keeping this drive alive.
we'll see if Providence Day pay for that penalty.
Need a play defense.
So the ball moves 10 yards for roughing, and that is exactly what they needed to pick up the first. So a 1st and 10. Ball's either at the 11. I think it is because there's a first down marker still set up. It was 1st and goal, and you wouldn't see them on the far sideline. We're at about the 11-minute mark here in the first quarter. Providence Day had a short field to start with. 5 wide. And Zaid Lott will keep it himself. Moving around the right side and untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. That's the only time on that drive that the Chargers ran the ball. And they had good blocking and a lot of space to the right side for Lott to roll in there. He had 2 rushing touchdowns last week. And he adds a 3rd of the season there. So now, coming out for a much shorter kick is Jacob Baggett once again. He makes the 37-yarder. Rolesville roughs the kicker. 1 play later is all it takes. And the Chargers get a touchdown. The extra point is almost blocked, but it is good. Well, they're getting some pressure off the edge. That much is for sure. No running to the kicker that time. No roughing. And the score is Providence Day 7, Rolesville 0. We'll take a quick break. Be back right after this.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
All right, we are back. Providence Day about to kick it off to Rolesville. You're looking at the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. I am J. Mike Blake with you. And just a reminder, Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order with Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and hometown pride at 18 locations across North Carolina, including a pair of locations right up the road from Rolesville and Wake Forest and in Knightdale. Baggett kicks it off for the Chargers. 2 men back to receive, but it will not matter. It's going to be a touchback, as is every kick that goes into the end zone. And again, Baggett had a lot of those last year, so now it'll be our first glimpse at the Rolesville offense. Last week we had Rolesville was on the road, actually, I should say, last week at Mallard Creek. They fell behind early, and it took them a while to get their offense back on track. They did make a game of it, which is why they're still a top 10 team going into this week. No shame in losing at Mallard Creek. And we'll get a chance to see quarterback Caleb Williams, the new leader of the Rams offense. Played last season at Holly Springs High School. He's got H-back Davis Brown to the right of him, and a man in motion. Williams scans to the left. Now we take off to his right. He is going to be kind of angled to the boundary and brought down. He picked up a few yards on that one. That's Quentin McCray, number 7 for Providence Day. Williams does have the ability to beat you with his legs. He shows it there. That's a 6-yard pickup. He's 2nd and 4 now.
Hey, way to hold up, O-line. Break down.
movement will pre-snap penalty. It'll be on Providence Day. So first down now for the Rams. The give is to Amir Brown. Spins out of one tackle and wrestled down. That'll be another first down for Rolesville. 11-yard pickup for the junior who is committed to UNC.
Ball started here on the 42-yard.
The give again to Brown. Again, bangs it up inside. Only a few yards there. Cloud of dust there in midfield. There's a little bit of dust with the track renovations here. Let's call that a 2-yard pickup. No passing attempts yet for Williams. He has a number of really talented targets he can go to if he does choose to air it out. Kind of a pistol formation. There's Brown to the right of him. It's a swing pass to the right side and nailed for a loss. The big hit given out by Trey Gethers. Gavin Waddell, the Louisville recruit, caught it but had absolutely nowhere to go. And they'll lose a good 6 yards on that one. Third and long here for Rolesville.
10-15.
Still quite a few Chargers in the box here. One high safety. It's A.J. Barnes back playing a free safety position for Providence Day. Williams. The pocket is starting to collapse. He'll take off to his right. Tucks and runs. He's got a little bit of room. I think he's got a first down. And he does. 15-yard pickup on 3rd and 14. 45-yard line. The Rams keep the drive alive. Told you the legs of Caleb Williams can beat you. And this is long mesh. And then Williams actually keeps it himself. He held that mesh very long there in the read option. Tackle made by Charles eBay. About a 4-yard pickup that time for Williams.
Great call. Outside zone push all day.
The Rams responding well to the Chargers taking their first drive all the way down. Got trips to the right. Empty set, shotgun. And Williams. A little crossing route over the middle, complete, and a first down. So from the 39 to about the 32, it's a 9-yard pickup. He goes back to Waddell.
Some traction here, 9-19.
Got to give credit to Rolesville here for how well the offense has looked. Against a pretty good Providence Day defense. The give off tackle to Amir Brown. He runs hard, and he's got so close to a first down marker. I don't think he's quite got it, so that'll be a 9-yard pickup.
Make that DN move, then go inside.
2nd and inches here.
You better have your feet moving. We coming to you next, firm. Outside zone all day to that D-line foul. Get chopped. They're small on the outside.
2nd and short. It's a give. I think that's Presley with the carry. He's knocked down by the first guy and then smothered by more Chargers. We'll see where they spot it, where they mark his forward progress now. Excuse me, that was Tristan Rogers, not Presley. And, wow, they don't give him hardly any forward progress at all. We went from 2nd and inches to a 3rd and 9. He loses 8 on that play. It's another third down pickup, perhaps on the way for Rolesville. Williams going to his right, floats it out of bounds. And 4th down coming up now for the Rams. And number 36, that's Riley Daniels. He is one of the best midfielders in the state in soccer. He's one of the best punters in the state and one of the best field goal kickers. Anything with kicking, he can do it. And so this is an interesting formation. There's no holder for Riley Daniels. It's an interesting formation because there's no holder out there, and they'll have to burn a timeout. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
And this is Riley Daniels of Rolesville attempting a 43-yarder, and it is good. Excuse me, a 47-yarder, 47 yards. Good by Riley Daniels. They play his theme song here. O'Reilly is the left-footed kicker. He's pretty good, but he does need a holder. And he does get it in from 47 yards out. So both teams successful in their first drives here.
You're doing a great job, O-line.
Great matchup between two of the best in their respective associations. Two teams with championship aspirations every year. Providence Day has been in the championship game for the North Carolina Independent Schools every single season over the last 4 years. Rolesville, they've been to last year's championship and then won kind of in their infancy during that COVID year, or I mean, it was just coming out of COVID, back when we had subdivided championships for the 4 classifications. With 7:26 left in the first quarter, both teams are on the board, and Providence Day is up 7-3. This kick is right at the 1. Fielded, and he's got some blockers. Spinning out of one tackle. Again, he's brought down by a host of Rams at about the 35-yard line on that return, and a pretty solid return at that was number 25, Ethan Dempsey, the junior. So back onto the field. It's the Providence Day offense. They had a shorter field to work with on their last drive. They started that one at their own 48. They were held to a field goal initially. A penalty allowed them to move the chains. And the very next play, you had Zaid Lott on an 11-yard run. You see this offensive line. They are big, especially on this side, closest to you. That's where you see number 77, Leo Delaney. He's going to Clemson. He's the left tackle. Anytime Clemson likes you as an offensive lineman, it lets you know you're doing something right. Zaid Lott, he's under pressure, steps up into the pocket, moving over to his left side, guns it to the sideline and trying to get a foot down, and he does. First down catch made by Brendan Raven. Flag in that general vicinity of holding could bring it back, but the referee on the near sideline did signal catch. This will be about a 15-yarder that could be wiped out, and it is going to be wiped out, all indications. Offensive holding, so. And I had a coach tell me this week that Tom Moore, the old Indianapolis Colts offensive coordinator, said that holding penalties can really kill drives. And the number that Tom Moore had was that only 7% of drives with holding on them end up in touchdowns. 7. So it can be a drive killer. For this one, it makes a 1st and 10 go to 1st and 20. Now they're backed up at their own 25. Zaid Lott last week against Roman Catholic was 16 of 30 passing. He guns it over middle here, and oh my goodness. That one could have been going the other way, and he would have had nobody in front of him in a very short field. Jack McHugh, the linebacker of Rolesville, stepping right in front of that. He read Zaid Lott's eyes, knew there was a slant coming his direction. It's now 2nd and 10. And Lott is now at 2 of 6 passing. So again, I was in the middle of saying he was 16 of 30 last week for 159 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He's under pressure here. It's a screen pass, though, and a lot of blockers in front of him. He puts on the jukes, and he gets across midfield. First down for Providence Day. That's Steele Fletcher from his own 25. Take it across midfield. This will be a 1st and 10 at the 43. 32-yard pickup.
They're picking up chunks of yardage on the screenplay.
They coming back to that on the next 3rd and long. They coming back.
Perfectly set up screenplay. And Lott guns across the middle, a little too low for his intended target that time. Incomplete.
Pass intended to number 5, Sellers. Ball's incomplete. I bring up 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now. See some other names on Providence Day's offense. Sure to get some looks. You have Coop Hudson, big number 75 on the offensive line. We mentioned Griff Galloway earlier. Of course, Lott himself lining to play for the Orange next year. He's under pressure. He escapes it somehow and will take a step out of bounds. He had one Rolesville
Hey, D-Line, y'all can dominate. You need some, D-Line. Here we go, press.
Yeah, we're back. Okay, yeah, it just went out real quick.
All right, folks. Folks, we are back. It's 1st and 15 after a Providence Day penalty. Trips to the right. Zaid Light, he's going to the left side, however, and it's complete. And making one man miss and trying to get away from a second. And he was wrestled out of bounds inside the 15-yard line, maybe right at the 15. That's Jace Goodwin on the reception. So a 16-yard pickup there for the Chargers.
That's complete number 25. MC. Once again, moving the chains.
Ball is out. The ball is on the ground. Providence Day falls on it. I believe we'll wait for the referees to officially signal. Zaid Light, and it will be Providence Day ball, but Zaid Light got lit up. They tried a quick snap. And instead, actually, they're going to say he was down. Wow, lost 5 yards after having to jump on that football. So a 2nd and 15 coming up now. Trips to the right. They're going to left again for Goodwin. It's incomplete. And McHugh making a play once again.
All spotted on the 20.
Trips to the right. The Rolesville fans are up and cheering. Lott is sacked. That sack made by number 88, Malachi Harris.
Cam Miller applying all.
And they lose even more yardage that time.
That will bring up 4th down for the Chargers. Looking like they're
and they do have a leg enough to hit this one, a 41-yarder for Jacob Baggett from the left hash. He is up really high. Does it have the distance? It does just enough. 41-yarder. Good. So we've had a 41-yard field goal answered by and answers a 47-yard field goal. So with 4:35 left in the second quarter, the score now, Providence Day 10, Rolesville 3.
Radio down, tail 13. When you get outside the pocket, head up to the middle of the field. When you get outside of the pocket, head up to the middle of the field. Remind him to keep his head up when he breaks the pocket. We got a couple of big plays.
Chargers set to kick away. Newborn and Johnson back to receive. And we have a stoppage before the kick.
D-line, you can dominate this game, D-line. You can dominate this game, D-line.
Yes.
Keep it going, O-line. No spectating, big guys. Full speed through the whistle.
Johnson fields the kickoff. He takes that ball coming out to the 20. Rams sets to go for first and 10. Let's have a shout out from the Rolesville cheerleaders. Joining you all in the stands tonight. Ball spotted here at the 20. First and 10 Rams.
I like it. I like it. The old school high formation. 12. Old school 12 formation. Outside, though, not inside. Outside. They're inside. When we run inside after an 8 to 10 play drive, then it'll work. You got to pepper them to inside. They're weak on the out.
starting over here first and 10.
Make the play.
Watt once again connecting with number 6, Fletcher.
Hey, come backside.
Hanging on the play. Watt going back to the well.
Fake screen.
That's enough for a new set of downs. And 10.
Fake screen. Put him in the LBD. Put him in the LBD. Great player, Legend. You make it great.
Chargers finding the running room between the tackles.
Come on, G.
Okay, they're trying to find his cutback, netting the whole number 7 lead. Gain of about 3 on the play, and that 2nd and 7 here. It's clock winds down here in the first quarter of this contest.
Need a play, D-line. Watch that screen. Know when it's too easy.
Hey, folks, we are back. I know we've had some technical difficulties here, but nonetheless, we have a great game going on. 33.2 seconds left in the first quarter. And Providence Day knocking on the door once again. They are up 10-3. And this is a 2nd and short here in the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken Game of the Week for HighSchoolOT. Trips to the right for quarterback Zaylot. Rolesville showing blitz, and he runs into middle linebacker Bradley McHugh, and there's a battle between Lott and McHugh of who would win that. There are some flags down. There's been a few of those tonight. And this one, a false start, will back this up. A procedural penalty for Providence Day. It'll be 2nd and a little bit longer than it was before. 19.6 seconds now on the clock in the first quarter.
Watch that screen. D-line. Know when it's too easy.
Once again, call on the field is a false start. Still 2nd down. Stop 19 seconds.
So the ball right now is on the 22-yard line. Chargers have gotten points on their first 2 drives. The clock starts to roll again as Rolesville showing a blitz. It's the handoff, however, to try to get around that pressure. And a flag comes down on this tackle, and that will be the last play of the first quarter. Taking that handoff was Aiden Gallos of Providence Day. He gains a few yards, not quite to the first down marker, but I wonder if they're going to call horse collar. There was a hand towards the back of the player's jersey as they went out of bounds together. Again, all zeros on the first quarter. We'll see what it is, and then we'll take a quick break after that. But we are going to wait to see at least what the penalty might be. If it is a personal foul, from where the ball is spotted, that could be a half the distance to the goal. You have a first down. The referee explaining things to Coach Rainier Rackley. And I think that's what it's going to be. Yep. Personal foul. Face mask. Not a horse collar. And we will take a quick break. We'll be back with the second quarter after this.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access.
That will bring us to the end of our first quarter.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
We are back here at the farm, Rolesville, North Carolina, where the number 8 Rams are trying to keep the number 6 Chargers out of the end zone. Providence Day back into the red zone for the third time in this game, all 3 drives. They've gotten in deep into Rolesville territory. They lead 10-3. I am J. Mike Blake. This is the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. And next week, our HighSchoolOT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. We'll go to Johnston County, where Cleveland welcomes Northern Nash in a battle between 2 of North Carolina's more dominant programs over the last decade. That's a 6A power in Northern Nash, 7A with Cleveland. The action will begin next Friday at 7 p.m. live from Cleveland High School with HighSchoolOT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. Again, I am J. Mike Blake, and so Zaid Lott, now under center here for the first play of the second quarter. And a late sub, and Rolesville just had to burn a timeout before a second ticked off the second quarter clock. They had a late sub, some wrong personnel, and already have to burn a timeout without even a second into the second quarter. So it will be a first and goal from the 9 for Providence Day. And that was an interesting look, nonetheless. Zaid Lott, all this game, has been in shotgun formation. All of a sudden, he was under center with 2 backs behind him. More of a old-style pro set. So maybe that's also a good thing for Rolesville to discuss and try to keep him at bay. He's a good threat with his legs is Zaid Lott. 2 rushing touchdowns last week and 1 tonight. Again, folks, we're glad you're here with us. Thanks for sticking with us. Last week, our week 1 game of the week went all the way down to the wire. Our last second field goal. This one shaping up to be a great one as well. Completely empty set. A little bit of a jumbo package with all those tight ends in there. And it's an end around give and great blocking, but maybe a little bit too much. There's a flag down as Ethan Dempsey scores for Providence Day. And it looks like, indeed, holding will bring this one back. So they started Ethan Dempsey at the top of the formation, brought him in motion, handed off to him, a bunch of lead blockers, but somebody there got a little too handsy, and they'll bring it back 10 yards. So now a first and goal from the 19 feels a little bit different from first and goal from the 9. Early in the year, you will see some teams kind of having certain kinds of penalties, trying to clean things up, especially these two teams. They'll get better and better as the year goes along. Last week we saw a lot of pre-snap penalties, particularly 71st kind of gift wrapping some first downs on 3rd and shorts, jumping off sides. And now Providence Day doesn't like what they see, and they're going to take a timeout. So with 11:50 left in the second quarter, we're going to take a quick break and be right back after this.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
A 1st and 19 for Providence Day. It's a handoff around the left side. Dances away from one tackler, but he can't get away from them all. Making that tackle is Xavion Griffin-Haynes, the senior committed to UNC. Making that initial pressure and pushing him wide was Malachi Harris of Rolesville.
Defense holding solid.
And that was Caleb Cooper on the carry, but he loses another 4. Providence Day just mixing up personnel, guys running on and off the field. Saeed Lott is going to take a shot to the end zone, and it's caught. Caught for a touchdown. One-on-one coverage to the outside and dropping it into the breadbasket. Saeed Lott finding Ethan Dempsey. Wow. Could not have dropped that in, and that is Saeed Lott's first touchdown completion of the year. On for the extra point is Jacob Baggett. And it is right and true. And with 10:56 left in the second quarter, Providence Day has now jumped out to a 17-3 lead on Rolesville. We'll keep it here, folks. So if you're just joining us, this game started with Providence Day scoring off its first drive, an 11-yard touchdown run by Saeed Lott. It was answered with a 47-yard field goal by Riley Daniels of Rolesville, showing why he is one of the best kickers in the state. Rolesville comes up empty on its next drive. Providence Day had the ball next. A 41-yard field goal by Jacob Baggett. That made 10-7. Rolesville had the punt on its next drive. A short field for Providence Day. They know what to do with it. And they score on a 23-yard completion on a very long 2nd and goal. We'll see what Rolesville has here. They fell behind big last week at Mallard Creek. Were able to make that a competitive finish. They did lose 36-21, but that's much better than it started when they were down 22-0. Providence Day, they had to play from behind last week, but they were able to come back and win that one 29-28 over Roman Catholic. And Baggett kicks this one high and right into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. So it's 1 yard deep. It's going to be a touchback. And so the Rams will start the next drive at the 20. And with 10:55 on the clock, there's still a lot of time in this quarter. You don't need to panic, but at the same time, Rolesville's thinking we got to get some points. This Providence Day is really, really efficient right now on offense.
Rams looking for a spark.
Rolesville 14-2 a year ago. And we have a penalty as a false start, I believe, as a signal. We'll wait for the official word. And it is indeed false start, so that will move it back to the 15 for Rolesville. And Williams throws it, batted around, picked off. Picked off by the defensive lineman. Oh my goodness.
And a series of unfortunate hits, ball bounced off of the lineman and into the hands of the defender.
Could not see who came up with that one. There's a bunch of people there, and then they all ran off the field together. But it looked like one of the nose tackles. Ball was batted in the air by one defensive lineman, landed in the chest of another, who then had to wrestle it away from an offensive lineman trying to make a play. And now Providence Day has the ball at the 4.
Hey, God, pick your hand up. Next play. Move your arms. Don't spectate. Move your feet. Move your feet.
Pro set. The give is up the middle and trying to fight his way in, but not getting there is Quentin McCray. Only picked up 2 yards. And we went from, hey, there's a lot of time in the second quarter, plenty of time for Rolesville to get back into it. And all of a sudden now you're like, wow, Providence Day could really put some separation between them. But they dropped the snap. It's fumbled. And HighSchoolOT just has to fall back on top of it. But there may have been a penalty. Someone may have moved early. There is a flag down on the near sideline. It's false start. Well, actually, no, an offside on the offense. So he made the offside signal, pointed to the offense. So back 5 yards they go. Obviously, that did not look like they were set when they snapped that ball.
Need a play defense. Need a play defense.
So now they are backing this up to the 7.
Let's play. We need a play. Who's going to make the play?
Play action. Lot rolling to the right. Wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. 7-yard completion.
To the end zone for a strike. And on the board with a touchdown. Rams now down 20.
That is Aiden Gallos, the running back, bringing that in. Gallos was kind of had a block earlier, then rolled out, found himself all alone. A late developing route. And the extra point is good. And with 9:44 still left in the second quarter, it's now 24-3 Providence Day. We'll take a quick break.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
We are back, and folks, that score is what happens when one team is getting points every single time they get the ball, and the other is not. Providence Day, number 6 team in the state, 24. Rolesville, number 8, only 3. They've been stopped once, and a very costly turnover inside their own 10-yard line, setting up that most recent score. And now the Rams definitely in a mode if they were not already, and I don't think they were until that last turnover, where now they're in a must-score drive. 9:44, second quarter. I am J. Mike Blake. This is the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week. And just a reminder, folks, that as our Week 2 scoreboard, all across the state, they hit 0. Tune in to the HighSchoolOT post-game show with Evan Moesta. That is live at 10:15 p.m. tonight. We'll break down tonight's game and go around the state to hear from media members at all the other biggest games. Again, that's the HighSchoolOT post-game show live tonight at 10:15 p.m. on HighSchoolOT.com. Kayla Williams, the quarterback from Rolesville, a little unlucky on that last drive. And now it's a give to Amir Brown. He cuts it upfield, and boy, how did he get through some of those tacklers? I don't know, but a strong run for sure. And that'll be a second and a manageable 3. Unofficially, only 5 carries for Amir Brown, but missed a few plays earlier. Kayla Williams over the middle, wide open is Davis Brown. He's cut down at about the 44-yard line. He took a shot to his lower extremities, and he is really holding on to that leg right now. The big H-back committed to South Florida. Nobody wants to tackle someone that big up high, but it also gets really dangerous when people are tackling you too low. And we are going to take another break, and hopefully everything is okay with Davis Brown as he is out there on the field now. We'll be back after this quick message.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
All right, and we are back at the HighSchoolOT Live Game of the Week, and we've got an injury on the field where Davis Brown of Rolesville was tackled kind of around the shin bone, and a lot of ways that those things can go wrong down there. It was a beautifully designed screenplay to the tight end. Brown, not only a big body that can block, but come out of the backfield and catch a lot of passes as well. He picked up about 15 on that play. And unfortunately, it looks like he's going to need even more attention here. We do want to remind you that when you're tuned in, as you're tuned in right now to the game of the week, you can head over to HighSchoolOT statewide football scoreboard. That's North Carolina's most up-to-the-minute source for high school football results. Tonight at 11:15 p.m. on WRAL TV, Chris Lee hosts the season premiere of WRAL Football Friday. And among tonight's featured games is a Bull City showdown between Jordan and Southern Durham. That's WRAL Football Friday each and every Friday night this fall at 11:15 p.m. with Chris Lee. So just to update you guys, I know you can't see it all the way on the screen, and that's fine by us, but they have brought out the Gator trying to transport Davis Brown. It looks like a air cast has been put on one of his legs, which is not good. All well wishes to him. Incredible player. Got the chance to see him quite a few times last year as well. It's always tough for a teammate or a friend to need to be carted off. But that is unfortunately what Davis Brown needs. No ill intent on that play, just tackling a guy low sometimes over the middle, especially when he's just caught the ball and turning and catching in a really awkward place. And that's what happened there. There's 9:04 left in the second quarter. And both teams had dropped to a knee. And Davis Brown appears to be pretty emotional as he's being carted away. Even some Providence Day guys kind of wishing him well. Kind of an understatement to say he's one of the better tight ends in the state. And you never like to see that, folks. Never do. So a 1st and 10 now as the action resumes here with Rolesville the ball at their own 44-yard line. Play clock is under 10 seconds. And the game clock has resumed, and we're underneath the 9-minute mark. Still some guys in motion. They're not going to get this snap in time. It'll be a delay of game. So 5 yards back go the Rams. Be 8:34 on the clock right now, as the tackle was made inbounds and the chains reset, so the clock was rolling. Now Williams. There's front four of Providence Day getting good rush there. There's a good slide after a few yards, but there's a flag down the backfield. Looks like holding. There's one lineman pleading his case already, and it will be on the Rams. So Providence Day just rushed 4, and those 4 got good pursuit. Williams had to be flushed from the pocket. Now a promising start. Boy, a first, we'll call this Wendell, a 1st and Wendell here. A long way to go. Have to get to the other side of the 50 for the first down. The ball's at the 28. Screen pass. All tunnel screen to the wide out. He picks up one block, but a good job there by Providence Day. Just good assignment football. Bringing him down. That was a Completed pass to A.J. Roberts. He picks up about 5.
Facing 7 is very long.
Second and long. Williams, there's a flag down. He throws it out of bounds, and he's lucky there was a running back somewhere over there, but not close enough. There's a flag for grounding as well, I believe. We'll see if they pick it up. He was on that side, but maybe not close enough to be an intended target, but Williams was also being dragged as he got hit. And I think now the refs are just asking Providence Day which flag they want here. So the line to gain is the opposing 46. So we'll take the grounding because that comes with a loss of down. So it'll be 3rd. And, well, the last one was Wendell, so we got to go a little bit further away from this one. Maybe a 3rd and, 3rd and Smithfield. 3rd and Youngsville. We'll go with that. It's a good choice. They need 41 for this first down. And they'll just hand it off to Amir Brown. Bangs his way for a few yards. Gets about 6. And the punting unit will come onto the field.
And in a must-punt situation, with the end zone to the left, the team managed the first half.
So Rolesville, I'm missing one drive stats, but eliminating that one drive under 100 yards in this game so far. They did have to punt earlier in this game, and we were having some difficulties I had to attend to, but I think that's still a fairly good snapshot of how much trouble they've had moving the ball. 2 guys back for Providence Day, and it's returned by one of them, and getting across midfield, still fighting his way for more yardage. That is Caleb Cooper. And one of the Chargers players threw up his hand for a fair catch, and the other one caught it. I don't know if the official did not see the other one. Or maybe that's legal. I haven't seen that too many times before. Ball's at the 41 after a solid return. Does seem like that would be something you wouldn't want for player safety.
Ball spotted at the 41 yard.
Trips to the right for the Chargers. And the give is up the middle on a little draw play and nice solid 6-yard pickup, maybe 7, by Aiden Gallos. Second and 3. The clock is getting closer to the 6-minute mark before halftime. Lott throws to the sticks. First down, slung out of bounds is Brendan Raven.
Charger first down.
So solid 6-yard pickup that time. And that's Raven's first catch of the game, I believe. And Gallos on the give this time, wrestled down by 2 Rams. You got Gabriel Flores in there, as well as Xavion Griffin-Haynes. 2 Griffin-Haynes on the team. They're twins. Very different sizes. There's a timeout or injury timeout for a Providence Day player. We'll keep it here and hopefully it's not too serious. The 2 Griffin-Haynes both committed to UNC. One is in the secondary, and the other you saw there, big number 9 on the defensive line. Take this moment to tell you about Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. If you're craving chicken, do me a favor. Download the Alpaca app to earn rewards and gain access to exclusive offers. New members who sign up will receive, get this, a free entree. Just get the app, folks. Get a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. You can find your nearest location at alpacachicken.com. As we mentioned earlier, there's a few locations really close here to Rolesville High School, one in Wake Forest and one in Knightdale. And being helped off the field and to his own feet, happy to see that, is Leo Delaney. That is the Clemson-bound offensive lineman for Providence Day, the big left tackle. I certainly hope all is well there. So a second, and they say picked up 1 yard on that last carry. Dig Gallows. So this will be 2nd and 9. Providence Day, it's the first half. But in their mind, they're thinking another touchdown could be the knockout punch that they're looking for. Zaire Lott on the left side, one-on-one coverage, incomplete, too high. And I'll tell you what, good coverage on the outside there. Marquise Bryant there, and it's very hard to complete a pass on Marquise Bryant. He's one of the best junior defensive backs in the state. He had an incredible year last year as a sophomore.
5-11 here on the clock.
And right now, Rolesville, it's got to be some urgency here. They're playing up. There's no one at the sticks. Lott rolls to his right, stops, knocked down, incomplete. Getting in his face is Tristan Rogers, the defensive back. It was hard to see, but you feel like something was opening up on that side for the Chargers, so he could have stopped a first down pickup there. Great job by Rogers. Now, on for the field goal. This will be a 42-yarder by Jacob Baggett. He had a 41-yarder earlier in the game. Just moves it back 1 yard here, and there's a lot of movement. Who did they get in on first? Are they going to say it was the Rams or the Chargers? And it will be offside on the Rams. Rolesville a little apoplectic on that one. They're trying to point at number 25. That's Ethan Dempsey, who caught a touchdown pass earlier in the game. If you're just joining us, in the first quarter, Providence Day's first drive was going to end in about a 43-yard field goal. There's roughing the kicker on it, and then Providence Day scored a touchdown on the very next play. And this kick is from 37, and it is good. So really the third make today for Jacob Baggett. The second one that counts, however. But we do have a penalty flag again. Oh, my goodness. There's 5:06 left until halftime, and if there was something that Rolesville did on this one, it's going to be a first down. Personal foul. They tried to jump over the snapper. And that's the second time Providence Day has been held to a field goal, and a penalty gives them a fresh set of downs. Wow. And I know Rolesville was close on blocking an extra point and close to blocking a field goal earlier and got roughing, but it's got to – giving up 3 is going to be better than giving up 7, which is what could likely happen, is now Providence gets a fresh set of downs right at the 10. So a first and goal is what they've gift-wrapped for the visitors from Charlotte. 5:06 left until halftime.
Ball spotted on the 10. Goal to go situation.
Shotgun formation, trips to the right for Zaid Lott. Rolesville looks like they're in man as they have pre-snap penalty. Let's see what has happened here. False start. I think there are too many men in motion at the same time. Starting a little early there. And so a 1st and goal from the 15. Now, on their last drive, which was set up by an interception, they did score on a 2nd and goal from the 23. So still 4 downs to do something with it here. And the way Providence Day has been kicking the ball on these kickoffs and field goals, I think if you're Rolesville, you're happy to hold them to 3 if you can do it. Providence Day is going to take a timeout to talk about it. We'll take a timeout too. We'll be right back after this.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
And we are back at the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. It's a 1st and goal for Providence Day at the 15-yard line. As the sun went down earlier, the night air has kind of cooled things off a little bit here at the farm of Rolesville. The Rams trying to stay in it here. A little bit of low snap and a great backfield tackle. We've called this name a few times tonight. Malachi Harris, number 88 for Rolesville. Gallows dropped for a loss of 4.
Let's call it loss of 4 on the play. We got 2nd down.
This ball now at the 19. And again, Providence Day did score in a 2nd and goal from the 23. We'll see what they have here. But Rolesville looking a lot more dialed in on defense. They are playing press coverage up tight on the Chargers. Lott. Halfback swing pass to Gallows. 1 man to beat, and he beats them. Touchdown, Chargers.
Into the end zone for a Charger touchdown.
That's the 3rd passing touchdown today for Zaid Lott. And the 2nd one to Gallows out of the backfield. So for the 2nd time tonight, Providence Day held to a field goal and then a penalty on that field goal attempt. Moves it forward, and they get 7 as that extra point goes through instead of only 3. Wow, that's an added 8 points that they didn't have to give up to the Chargers. But as it stands with 4:25 left until halftime, it is Providence Day 31, Rolesville 3. Let's take a short break and be right back after this.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
Welcome back to the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week, folks. Providence Day has yet to punt tonight. They've had the ball 5 times. They've gotten 4 touchdowns and a field goal. And now they're kicking off, and all kickoffs except one have gone into the end zone tonight for Jacob Baggett. And this one is also going to go into the end zone. So the Rolesville Rams, hard to win the field position game when you're facing a team that kicks like that. But also tonight, they've hurt their own starting placement on the field, because they've had a turnover, they've given up big plays, and then Providence Day seems like they have a short field every time they take over. Rolesville seems like they're on the 20 every time they start a drive. 31-3. Second straight week, Rolesville has fallen way behind in the first half. Last week, it was 22-0 to Mallard Creek. They came back and lost 36-21. That's Amir Brown in motion for Rolesville, and all the flags come in as there is a false start.
Flags flying once again. False start against the offense.
Amir Brown has been a bit of a bright spot for the Rams on offense, again, with a little bit of incomplete stats on my end. I have 6 of his carries that have gone for 39 yards. I know that's not the complete total. Williams will keep it himself as he fakes the give to Brown around the end. And he's going to pick up decent yardage, about 9 yards, to make this a respectable second and 6. Clock is now at 4 minutes until halftime. Williams throws it to his right. A little tough catch. Did he hold on? No. So the ball hit the turf. It was a comeback route intended, I believe that's for Cameron Bryan, number 80 on the far side.
Second down pass falls incomplete.
3rd and 6, and I tell you what, Rolesville really wanting to pick it up here. They are down by 28. Providence Day player close to jumping early. They say didn't go over the line of scrimmage. The give is to Brown. He's running way backwards. He's not going north-south. I guess he didn't like his blockers, but he went back for a big loss. There's even holding on the play, but didn't do any good to hold on that time. Ball was at the 14. They're going to decline that penalty and have Rolesville punt. That was a 4-yard loss on that one.
Still 4th down for the Rams.
So Providence Day, they have 2 players back there to receive this punt. Caleb Cooper, number 4, and Steele Fletcher, number 6, I believe, are the numbers. Sometimes it's hard to see them from up here. 6 and 8, and those numbers that are a little shaped similarly. Daniels handles it. It's off the side of his foot. And Providence Day is going to start at the 45, and there's 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. And an offense that has scored every time they've had the ball has yet another short field. Special teams has really set them up well tonight. And I should note that Providence Day, the Clemson-bound offensive lineman Leo Delaney, he was banged up earlier. He has not returned. He's not out there now. as they start at the 40. So originally I thought they were going to mark it at 45, but no, they're even closer. 40-yard line. Good protection, but it's collapsing now. Lott, he's got to get rid of the ball a little bit earlier than that. Good tackle by Genesis Allen. And the freshman. Here's a player cramping up. That's going to happen a lot in the early parts of the season. 3 minutes and 29 seconds left until halftime. Lott loses 2 yards on that one. You can tell the clock in Lott's head was going 3, 2, 1. Someone's got to be open. Try to take off a little too late. The Providence Day or take this opportunity to kind of talk about what they want to draw up here. They have had 2 drives tonight where they're held to 3 points and they got 7 instead. Those are 8 hidden points, as some coaches call it, the hidden yardage, the hidden points with that lineup. They really add up over the course of a game, over the course of a season. And that is Xavion Griffin-Haynes, who is cramping up, the edge rusher who will be playing for Bill Belichick in the Tar Heels next year. I think that's the first time I've said that in a sentence, and it does feel a little weird. He'll be playing for Bill Belichick next year, folks. 2nd and 12. It's still a little surreal, as much as has been talked about. Lott over the middle, complete, and a good open field tackle made. Keep him in the middle of the field by, I think it's Kalen Johnson. Or that's number 7. That was Avery Fleet. And 3rd down to 7. Lott going for the end zone and too far for anybody to get to it. So Lott now 9 of 17 passing. And they've had a great night kicking the ball, but this might be a little bit too out of the range of Jacob Baggett. Bet he could hit a 50-yarder in warm-ups, but during the game it's a little bit different. 4th down. Lott. A lot of time going to his left. He's got a man. 1st down. Flags are down, however. And you see a Providence Day offensive lineman protesting, which means it might be on him. And it is indeed holding. Xavion Griffin-Haynes came out for 1 play, cramped up again. He'll go back to the sideline. So it'll be 4th and a little bit longer now for the Chargers, but that was a nicely designed play. Ethan Dempsey running past the sticks, turning around, and the ball was right on time. And big penalty for the holding. Backs him up to the 48-yard line. So they'll need 18 here. Lott, pooch punt, surprise punt, but Rolesville catches it as Jaden Griffin-Haynes snatching out of midair. It's tackled for a short loss. And that punt only netted 10 yards. So 2:45 left till halftime now. So if you have a quarterback with a pretty good leg, that could be a pretty good way to pin your opponent deep, but that punt did not go far enough. Zaid Lott, 9 of 17 passing, 115 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Caleb Williams going across the middle and almost picked off. Threw it to a crowd there. He was looking for Henry Evans, the sophomore, who's having to be the starting H-back now after earlier very Very nasty injury appeared to happen to Davis Brown, his lower leg. Had to be carted off. Appeared to be an air cast on the leg as well. Sometimes that could be a precautionary measure. And also like Caleb Cooper of Providence Day almost had a play on that ball. That's a 8-yard pickup, complete to Cameron Bryan. We have a flag down. A roughing the passer penalty will help out Rolesville here. And that will make it first down, and across midfield go the Rams. Ball at the 39. 2.5 minutes left until halftime. The Rams needing to get on the board here. Williams flings it to his left as Waddell gets a handful more yards, but a good tackle made by Matthew Cooper for the Chargers. And only a pickup of 2. I thought they had a little bit more than that, but Waddell, 3 catches, 5 yards tonight. Really been held in check. Williams, he was looking to his left. He's going to have to run, flee in the pocket to the left side, dumps it out of bounds. And in the old days, they would say that's still grounding because for the longest time, high school did not have the rule where you could be out of the pocket. Actually, maybe they still do have the rule because there is a flag. I didn't see the flag first. And it is intentional grounding, so I stand corrected. Outside the pocket is not part of the rules in high school for intentional grounding. I thought they had changed that. They changed something with intentional grounding the last year, but I can't remember what it was. And back they go, back to the other side of the 50. There's a few rules differences in high school than what you see in college and the pros. One of them, pass interference is not an automatic first down. And this is another one. Kayla Williams. Boy, he hangs in that pocket a long time and makes the completion. Wow. Waddell with a catch, and boy, a fingertip catch at that.
Number 18,
that was an 18-yard strike, and I thought Williams was going to get sacked at any point. But he really hung in there to the last second and delivered one right on the money. 4th down, going for it, and brought down for the sack, and there's a flag down with that sack. So let's see if it lasts. Wow, horse collar tackle will make this play not stand. That's the number 63, and I do not have a 63 on the roster, so I apologize. Whoever he is, it was on the quarterback really quick. But the horse collar is the call, and it's a first down. 1 minute and 14 seconds left until halftime. Now, Rolesville will get the ball to start the second half, which is important. They changed the running clock rules this year, so it's only 35 points instead of 42. Just getting a touchdown here, or any points here, could really change that likelihood. Staying inbounds there is Waddell. Looks like a pickup of 7.
Number 13, quick strike up to 18, Waddell.
Waddell getting going now, just as we were saying how he really been held in check.
Gain of 5 on the play. Clock ticking down here.
Williams to the left boundary, complete and out of bounds goes Brian. He's picked up a lot more work here in the last few plays. 4 yards.
Looking at 3rd and short.
He's been targeted a few times tonight. This is 2nd catch. It's 3rd and 1 now. Ball's at the 19. There's 43.7 seconds left. Designed to roll him out to the right. Williams looking to the end zone. It's a coverage. Did he hold on? Incomplete. It was looking for Waddell, and Waddell's helmet comes off. 35.5 seconds left, and now it's 4th down. This Rolesville want to take some points, knowing they'll get the ball back in the second half. Or are they already looking at the scoreboard saying, we don't need 3? Waddell does have to come off the field for this play as his helmet comes off. It's the give to Brown, moving over to left-hand side. He's got the first down, and is he in there for a touchdown? He's really close. He's down at the 1. Amir Brown, they needed just 1 yard. He gets them a lot more than that. Nine-yard pickup.
Close to the pylon, looking for the spot here. Clock stop at 32. Rams pressing.
32 seconds flat left until halftime. Brown did get out of bounds. Oh, wow. And I will venture to guess that that's going to be offsides here on Providence Day, but it's not. It's a false start. So right to the very mouth of the end zone, and then right back they go. Ball is now at the 6. Not as good of a setup here, but say the Rams can make good. It's a fade route, incomplete. There's a flag in the end zone, but not where the pass went. Let's see what the call is. Again, it was not near the intended target, who was A.J. Roberts, going for a fade route to the corner. So it'll be half the distance here. So they go from the 11 down to the 1, back to the 6, now up to the 3, and still 32 seconds flat. I guess the clock may not have run on that last play. 32 seconds flat. The give is to Amir Brown, and he is in there. Touchdown, Rolesville. The Rams have a little bit of life, and they really needed to show something before this first half came to a close. .4 seconds left until halftime. And Providence Day will take a timeout.
Timeout on the field.
Again, 28.4 seconds left. 31-9 is the current score. Just a reminder, once scoreboards hit 0 across the state, tune in to the HighSchoolOT postgame show with Evan Moesta live at 10:15 p.m. tonight. We'll break down tonight's game and go around the state to hear from media members at all of the biggest games. Again, that is the HighSchoolOT postgame show live tonight at 10:15 p.m. on HighSchoolOT.com. And remember, following that, head over to HighSchoolOT to view our statewide football scoreboard, North Carolina's most up-to-the-minute source for high school football results. And then following that, you have at 11:15 p.m. on WRL TV, Chris Lee hosting the WRL Football Friday Week 2. Among tonight's feature games is a Bulls City showdown between Jordan and Southern Durham. That's WRL Football Friday each and every Friday night this fall at 11:15 p.m. with Chris Lee. So a lot of things to look forward to tonight. Post-game show, scoreboard being updated, the coverage of this game, a full game replay for this one. Riley Daniels is in for the extra point. Should cut this to 3 touchdowns. And again, Rolesville receiving the second half kickoff. So it was, you can't understate how important it was to get some points on this drive and to get it into the end zone on this drive. Quite a few penalties, a few injuries, a few explanations, and this has been a pretty long first half. We're coming up on almost 2 hours of it. And it has the extra point is good. It is 31-10. We're going to take a quick break.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm J. Mike Blake. This is the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. Rolesville has scored its first touchdown of the half that cuts the lead to 31-10. They needed something there to salvage something positive going into halftime. 28.4 seconds left in the second quarter. And into the end zone and a touchback. So Providence Day will start this drive at zone 20. Let's see if how aggressive they are in their play calling. Zaid Lott, 9 of 17 passing, 115 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Chargers have really kind of killed the Rolesville defense by 1,000 cuts. No huge plays, game breakers or 50 yards or anything like that. Just taking advantage of penalties, taking advantage of short fields, and incredibly efficient. Their last drive was the first time tonight that they were forced to punt. And Rolesville's run defense has been pretty solid. I've got Providence Day, 10 carries, 7 yards. Lots rolling to his left, throws, designed to go to that sideline and complete out of bounds. That is Brennan Raven. Solid 5-yard pickup. .3 seconds left. Around the left side, trying to see the number on that one. I believe that was Griff Galloway. It's kind of tough to see when all the action goes away to that sideline. It is a first down. Chains have not moved yet. 17 seconds showing on the clock, and the clock rolls as the Chains move ahead. Zaila going to his right. We're under 10 seconds now, and it is almost picked off, but somehow caught for a 16-yard pickup to Ethan Dempsey. That's his second catch of the night. 1.9 seconds left. And they will get to stop the clock here. So if they want to take a shot deep, they can do just that. Ball is at their own 46. Again, with Rolesville getting the ball to start the second half, there's a little bit more incentive for Providence Day to try to do something here. It's the last play of the half. Steps into the throw. There's two defenders out there, and it is broken up. And that'll do it for the first half of this game. Number 6, Providence Day, leading at number 8, Rolesville, 31-10. We'll be back after halftime.
During this halftime, you make your way to the concessions and purchase available local athletic club supporting all sporting activities. Chips, sandwiches, drinks, and assorted Rolesville of America.
Not rolling. Where's our lucky star next
Like you just want to hold it. I just there's a picture somewhere of Reagan sitting on you say I can let me know. Say you just laying there. My mom's dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Rolesville Marching Rams to the field as they perform their show entitled A Night to Remember. The Marching Rams are led by the director of bands, Rachel Harshman, color guard instructor, Caroline Burke, and drum major, Andy Burke. Drum major, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for your Rolesville marching band.
Welcome back to the High School OT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. I am J. Mike Blake. We got Tyler Suttles behind the camera bringing you the top 10 battle that so far has been a little bit lopsided, but things began to change towards that end of the first half. And Rolesville, which cut the lead to 21, when the final minute of the second quarter will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. So anything can happen. Last week, Rolesville fell behind big to Mallard Creek, made it a game late. Providence Day also with a close game last week. They were actually the team that fell behind and had to come back against Roman Catholic. That's a school out of Pennsylvania. So a little bit about the first half. Again, missed a few of those Rolesville plays while we had some difficulties, but unofficially and very unofficially, I have Caleb Williams, 9 of 13 passing, 63 yards, 1 interception. Amir Brown, 9 carries, 47 yards with 1 touchdown for the Rams. Again, we missed a few plays here and there, so chances are those numbers are a little bit better, more yardage. Providence Day, however, because our difficulties didn't seem to happen when they had the ball, we have all their numbers. Zaid Lott, my apologies, I keep tending to call him Zaid, but Zaid Lott, 20 completions out of 20 attempts. That's a solid 60%, 149 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air, 1 touchdown on the ground. And he spread it around to a few different receivers. Aiden Gallos is running back. He has 2 catches for 26 yards, and he has 2 of those touchdowns. And this kicker right here, Jacob Baggett, he made 1 really long field goal. That's the shortest kickoff he's had today. And it gets to about the 20-yard line, and that's where the Rams will start off this drive. Jacob Baggett had 1 long field goal that actually counted. He actually made 3. So he had a 41-yarder, but he also had a couple more from 40-plus that were negated because of Rolesville penalties, and Providence Day turned those into touchdowns. Now, Rolesville, again, they had to work on that last drive of theirs. And they made it pay off with a touchdown. And they keep up the momentum here in the second half. Williams throws. Gets past the defender just by his outstretched arms. And a first down to Gavin Waddell.
Gavin Waddell. First down yardage and some.
They say it's a game of inches. A few inches more, that could have been going the opposite direction. Instead, 15-yard pickup. And going nowhere for Rolesville is Amir Brown. Big time stop by Quentin McCray. And it looked like a bit of a zone read to the right side, but Providence Day really giving him nowhere to bounce that one to. Trips to the left for Williams. He's going to roll to that side. Eyes are downfield. He's going to have to toss it out of bounds as he gets driven to the turf by number 52. That is Matthew Hankins, the senior. So now a third down. They're rolling Williams to the left and right by design, try to get somebody open downfield. But it seems like every time they do that, the Chargers have everyone in position in the secondary, and there's nowhere to go with the ball. So a 3rd and 15 now. 1 safety deep in coverage for Providence Day, just trying to keep everything in front of themselves. And this one skips to the turf, incomplete. He's looking for A.J. Roberts over there. Looked like Williams was thinking it could be a comeback route or maybe throw to the back shoulder, but Roberts kept going, and the punting unit will come out. The Chargers like to have two people back to receive their kicks. It's Caleb Cooper, number 4, and Steele Fletcher, number 6. Riley Daniels. The lefty. So probably his best punt of the night. Fielded, no fair catch, and no gain on that return for Steele Fletcher. A great job by the Rolesville punt coverage team. Can't be there too early because then you have kick-catch interference. And they let them catch the ball and then drag them to the turf as quick as they can. So 10:57 now in the third quarter. As the Chargers have their first possession of the second half. So give the Gallows on over the left side. Got good blocking there. It's close to a first down. He might have gotten it. Aiden Gallows going to the left side, and yep, right at 10 yards, moving the chains. So we had one of the reasons we had a very long first half, it took almost 2 hours. But 1, we had a lot of penalties. 2, we had a lot of timeouts. And 3, we had 2 really long injuries as dropped in the backfield, may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, is Gallus, and that's Xavion Griffin Haynes, who has had, I've seen him a few different times over the last couple of years. This is the best game I've seen him play, and he's battling cramps. He does lose a yard. Griffin Haynes, number 9, again, going to UNC next year. Battle cramps in the first half, still got up there a little gingerly. 2nd and 11 now for Providence Day. Zaid Lott throws complete, driven back. And a good open field tackle made by Gavin Waddell. So how about the wide receiver playing both ways? It's a 5-yard completion. That was to Ethan Dempsey. He got stuck as soon as he caught it. And at an 8A school, you're not going to see a whole lot of guys play both ways, but Waddell doing it right now. Lott trying to check down and broken up by who else but Xavion Griffin Haynes. He has made me have to say his name quite a few times tonight. The playmaker making plays for the Rams. And now the punting unit will come onto the field.
9:17 on the clock.
Both defenses making good adjustments here to start off this third quarter. So we've got a half moon showing now in the sky. It's definitely cooled off a little bit now. Great night for football here in week 2 of the North Carolina high school football season. And they did not snap this in time. Delay of game should be it, unless there was a timeout for sideline. There was not. So move it 5 yards back. This is the only top 5 matchup in the, top 10 matchup in the state tonight, but there are a lot of great games all across the state. We'll have more on the High School T post-game show with Evan Moesta at 10:15. Talking to media members around North Carolina. Baggett with a punt, and oh my goodness, what a great end-over-end punt. It lands inside the 20. Rolesville players are near it, and probably shouldn't be, but it rolls harmlessly to the 15, and that is where the Rams will take over this drive.
Rams offense.
Got a question for you all listening at home. Are you craving chicken? Because if you are, here's what you got to do. Download the Alpaca app and earn rewards and gain access to exclusive offers. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. So if you don't have that app on your phone yet, do it and get yourself some free chicken. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Find your nearest location at alpacachicken.com. Let me tell you, folks, they also got these sauces. There's a green sauce, yellow sauce. Green sauce got a little more kick, but I kind of like it better. Put it on the rice. It's fantastic. Rolesville at their own 15. Williams pressuring from behind. Gets it to Bryant, and I think he's going to lose a yard. There's a flag back where Williams is being pressured. Holding is the call. That's a lot of holding penalties tonight for Rolesville. And I honestly don't know what's worse, if you have holding when you're not moving the ball or when you're holding that's negating big plays. So far tonight, seems like a lot of these holding penalties for Rolesville are not plays that are gaining a lot of yards. They're losing yards. In that case, they lost one. But it'll be half the distance to the goal on the penalty as it's accepted by Providence Day. This puts the ball at about the 7. The line to gain is the 25. Might actually be the 24. A little hard to see. The give to Brown. Tough run through the tackles. He picks up about 3. Again, very unofficially here, 45 yards tonight. Second and long now. Williams will swing pass complete and getting close to the original line of scrimmage before being stood up. That was Henry Evans on the catch. Christian Lyles on the tackle for Providence Day. So that gets a little bit more yards than I originally estimated. I actually passed the original line of scrimmage. So that's about 8 yards. And that's Henry Evans' first recorded catch of the game. It's 3rd and 9. Play clock's at 5. They get the snap over the middle to Waddell. He's not going to make a first down there. He's well short, probably about 5 short. So Waddell just kind of sitting in the middle of the defense, and he was well defended. Only about a 3-yard pickup there. He's got 7 catches, but only 49 yards. So both defenses coming to play here in the second half. There's a flag on the field. I think it's a sideline warning on Providence Day. Both teams have now been warned. And Riley Daniels, the Rolesville punter, left-footed. Great soccer player, great kicker, great punter, and this is a good punt. Fielded at about the 46-yard line and spinning out of one tackle, going to the races, one man to beat, and he beat him. Touchdown, Providence Day. Flag is down. Oh, my goodness. Catching that on the run was Steele Fletcher. That's the second time tonight where he's gotten well behind the punt and kind of had a running start. You don't see a lot of high school returners wanting to do that. Spun out of one tackle, had just the kicker, sidestepped him, and it was in. If it stands, and it doesn't look like it will, that would have been a 54-yard punt return for touchdown. And it will not stand. They're going to mark back 10 yards from about the 29. Actually, 15 yards. So, nonetheless, one of the things we said a lot in the first half was how Providence Day continued to get short fields to work with. This is another example of it. They'll start at the Rolesville 44. They've probably had about 3 or 4 drives tonight that have been right around the 50-yard line, whereas it seems every Rolesville drive is starting at their own 20. The game within the game. 7:46 left in the third quarter. The high school T game of the week, number 6, Providence Day, with the ball and with the lead. Zaid Lott taking a shot and well out of bounds. Looking down that left sideline, but good coverage by Rolesville, 2 defenders in the area. Next week, the high school T game of the week, presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, heads to Johnston County, where Cleveland will welcome Northern Nash in a battle between 2 of North Carolina's more dominant programs over the past decade. The action begins next Friday at 7 p.m. live from Cleveland High School. The high school T game of the week, presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. And a short hop to the intended target that time. So 2 straight incompletions by Lott. Brendan Raven, the intended target on that one. Third and 10. Very important play for Rolls. So play action, under pressure, and going down for the sack. No flags that I can see. Malachi Harris. There's some arms kind of high on Lott's shoulder, but no flags needed. A clean sack and a loss of 4. So Zaid Lott with an interesting stat line as it stands right now. 5 carries, -4 yards, 1 touchdown because of those sacks. That's a second sack by number 88, Malachi Harris, the senior for Rolesville. And tell you what, that 2 sacks, but he's also been in the backfield a number of times, pressuring a Chargers player. And a good end-over-end punt. Very pretty ball. Muffed by Waddell. He picks it up, and he is snowed under at about the 12. 6:38 left in the third quarter here.
Just beyond the 10-yard line, 10-6-3 here in the third.
So again, the 12-yard line is where Rolesville will start this drive, and a great job by the Rolesville defense. Providence Day starts that drive at the 46, and they just move backwards. They don't go any further up. 31-10. The Rams can string together a good drive here. It changes the complexion of everything. But there's a fumble, and they're saying he's down. I don't know why the player would come up out of it. It's clearly that even if there was a fumble, the knee would have been down when it was recovered. Amir Brown getting up a little gingerly there. He gets about 6. Ball comes out after the knee goes down, however, which is good news for Rolesville. I believe that's Tristan Rogers in now at running back as Brown comes to the sideline. Need to get checked out. Short hopped to the intended target there. We've seen that a few times from both sides tonight.
pass there for Brian. Incomplete. Third down.
Those passes are kind of skipping out to their intended targets. Pistol formation. Williams looking at his man, A.J. Roberts. One-on-one tackle made. And only a gain of about 2. It looked like Christian Lyles on the tackle. He might be cramping here. Actually got more yards than I originally figured, maybe 3 or so, but still short of the first down. Fourth and very short here. Just about a yard. And as indeed Christian Lyles, who was cramping on the sideline, he gets up under his own power. He'll walk this off. And again, once the scoreboards hit 0 across the state, tune in to the High School OT postgame show with Evan Westud live at 10:15 p.m. tonight. We'll break down tonight's game and go around the state to hear from media members at all the biggest games. Again, that is the High School OT postgame show live tonight at 10:15 p.m. at HighSchoolOT.com. Daniels punts it away. This goes to the up back. It's muffed. It's still on the ground, and the Rams look like they've got it, and they do. Caleb Cooper couldn't handle it, and jumping on that fumble, I believe, was number 24, Jordan Michael. Not Michael Jordan, but Jordan Michael there on the play for Rolesville. 5:24 third quarter. And for once, Rolesville is starting to drive in plus territory. Ball at the Providence Day 46. Samir Brown in motion. Flag before this play gets started. We're not counting penalties, but there have been a lot. False start. Make it 1st and 15. Again, Brown in motion. Williams hangs in there. A wobbly ball over the middle is caught. And a big combo tackle from Gavin Waddell. He got hit from both sides, and he is down in pain on that one. Williams hit as he threw, which made the ball kind of spin in the air. Waddell made the good adjustment to come back for the ball. And as he was getting spun about, another defender came and hit him going the opposite way. So that's a 14-yard pickup on 1st and 15. And now it looks like he's having a cramp that needs to be dealt with. And if Rolesville is able to come back in this game, they have certainly Gavin Waddell to thank, because he's been everywhere where the Rams need him tonight. 8 catches, 63 yards. Second and short when we line up for the next play, and thankfully he looks good. Heck of a player, going to Louisville next year. A lot of ACC guys out here.
Looking at second and short.
Just a reminder
For a long one.
that you also have the High School OT statewide football scoreboard, North Carolina's most up-to-the-minute source for high school football results. So as the games go final, be checking those out at highschoolot.com. Second and 1. It's Amir Brown. He starts to go east-west instead of north-south, and he almost doesn't pick up the first. He's done that a few times tonight. It does not hurt him here. He does get the first. 1 yard is all he needed. And he did get... He got the 1 yard that he needed. Notice that a little bit with Brown tonight. He's gone a little bit away from what makes him so tough. Rogers on the carry. He gets about 4. That's his second carry of the night.
Way to go, Logan. Way to go, Logan.
Clock now ticking under 4 minutes in the third quarter.
Go right, 274. Way to go, Logan.
Shotgun formation. That's Rogers to the left of Williams. Williams going to take a shot for A.J. Roberts. And, just almost there. You'll have to trust us that there is A.J. Roberts just beyond these fans that stood up very excitedly in front of us. It was on his fingertips. It's kind of the beauty of high school football stadiums. They're all built a little differently. We're really low at this particular stadium. As Williams going to his right. And, oh, my goodness. Did he catch it? Oh, man. Not getting his head around in time for that one was Bryant. That was one where neither defender nor receiver were looking for the ball. It almost looked like the defensive back was going to get to the ball first. And now it's fourth down, just like that, after 2 passes going off the fingertips of 2 different receivers. Fourth down for the Rams. Throw, caught, but he's not going to get the first down. Near sideline, pass is complete, but Providence Day will take over with 3:26 left in the third quarter. That was to Waddell, who's cramping up once more. So that was about a fourth and about 6 or so. He only gets 5. Waddell's 9th catch of the night. A lot of those scores from around the state are already populating on the High School OT statewide scoreboard. Cardinal Gibbons with a big out-of-state win tonight against Maury out of Virginia. Zaid Lotz on the carry. It's going to take a lot of guys to bring him down. They finally do. But his forward progress gets him about 4 yards, maybe 5. We will call that 5 yards. Lott, if you had to say anybody tonight is the player of the game, it's probably him. 13 of 23 passing, 154 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air, and 1 on the ground. He throws it right to the sticks, first down and then some. It's a solid 12-yard pickup.
That's a quick yard 6. 7 down for the Chargers first. And 10.
Steele Fletcher, his third grab of the night, 47 yards. And that's kind of what Providence Day wants to do here. Move the chains, keep possession. A strong run on 1st and 10 there by Aiden Gallos. 9 yards. Gallos up to 27 yards rushing tonight. The Chargers have not needed too much out of their running game. Lott guns it to the right, incomplete. Good job breaking that one up by A.J. Roberts. Third and 1 now. Ball is in plus territory. He's getting flushed in the pocket. What a rocket throw inside the 30. First down. An 18-yard strike to Gordon Sellers. It's probably the best ball we've seen Lott throw tonight. That thing was whistling in the air. The give to Gallos, he almost trips before he gets to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to fight his way for 5 yards. I think Rolesville, and there's going to be a flag after this play. So Gallos with 5 yards on the carry and probably going to tack on some more at the end of this one. And it is personal foul on Rolesville. It'll be 15 yards and another first down for Providence Day. I think a second flag has been thrown. Because it looked like as the ref was making the call, another flag came out. So as it stands, the ball is at the 25. It can move another 15 and then possibly some more after that. We'll just have to see what the referees do. But right now they're conferencing with Rainier Rackley, head coach of Rolesville, who's 26-5 as the Rams head coach, went 14-2 last year. And again, we have 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the third quarter. So there's a chance the Providence Day will have this ball inside the 10 once we get everything situated. And they'll start to mark it off now.
And you try it. And you need to get your eyes checked.
We are now all the way to the 6-yard line. After those 2 consecutive penalties after the play. The give is to Gallos. He's trying to find a hole, and he is in there. Touchdown, Chargers. There's a flag after the play. This is going to be unsportsmanlike on Providence Day. Most likely be assessed on the kickoff. There's a player doing one of those Fortnite emotes toward the sideline. That'll get you every time. So, good news is that'll back things up on the kickoff for Rolesville. They need some good field position. Exactly 1 minute left in the third quarter on that touchdown carry by Aiden Gallos. His first touchdown run of the night. He's got 9 carries, 38 yards. So the extra point will be taken by Jacob Baggett. We're waiting for this extra point. Extra point is up, and it is good. Make it 38-10. Providence Day rolling here at Rolesville. We'll take a quick break. Be back after this.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
Welcome back to the High School T Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. I am J. Mike Blake. Behind the camera is Tyler Suttles. And Providence Day is kicking off after scoring their 5th touchdown of the night. There was an unsportsmanlike penalty for a little extra celebration after that. So this kickoff will take place from their own 25, which is good news for Rolesville, who has had to deal with really bad field position most of this night. The Providence Day has definitely won that battle. This kicker, Jacob Baggett, can get a touchback pretty much every time, just as he did last year. He kicks this one sky high and short to see if it takes a hit, and it does. Fielded on the first bounce will be Kayleen Johnson moving around to this sideline and out of bounds at about the 40. So a good return and no flags for the Rams. 53.2 seconds left in the third quarter. I know a lot of games across the state have gone final. You can check out those scores at the most reliable and up-to-date scoreboard in the state at HighSchoolOT.com. A lot of coverage coming your way tonight. There's the high school team post-game show scheduled for 10:15. I don't know if this game's going to end before 10:15. We'll see. But after this game is over, the post-game show will not be much long thereafter. And then, of course, Football Friday with Chris Lee at 11:15. Williams holds on to it a little too long, and he is dropped for a big-time loss.
And the QB is sacked in the back.
That's Matthew Hankins. I believe that's his second sack of the night.
Loss of about 10 on the place.
And I got to give a lot of credit to the Providence Day secondary. They've kept everything in front of them. They've made Williams have to hold on to it a little bit longer than he wants to. And with these dangerous Rolesville receivers, honestly, he's just not used to not looking up and seeing somebody open. Williams, screen pass. It's to Rogers. Got one good block. Cuts back, picks up a little bit more. He's got 7 yards on that one. Not quite back to the line of scrimmage yet.
Getting almost back to the original line of scrimmage. That will bring us to the end of the third quarter.
That is the last play of the third quarter. One more to go. Rolesville with the ball. We're going to take another break and then be back after this.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
Welcome back to the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week. Cool night of football here. Rolesville in a 3rd and long to start the fourth quarter. Trailing by 28. Their only touchdown tonight came right before the first half ended on a 4-yard run by Amir Brown. Williams throwing over the middle. On his fingertips. I almost thought it was going to be completed, but dropped. Nearly bringing that in was Henry Evans. And instead, the punt unit will have to come on. It's been a tough night for Rolesville, and especially for some of Rolesville's top players. Xavion Griffin-Haynes has battled cramping all night. Gavin Waddell has battled cramps all night. Davis Brown had to be carted off with what looks like a serious leg injury. Again, we wish him well. And then Amir Brown has come out of the game here and there. He hasn't been present on some of the last few drives, as he looked like he got something, maybe an ankle turn or something along those lines. He came up gingerly. Riley Daniels with a great punt. And it takes a nice bounce. And strolling up to it, fielded at the 1. Woo! Rolesville had a lot of confidence that ball was going to die at the 1. And they were right. So the best punt of the night for Riley Daniels. A few in the first half. Kind of came off the side of his foot. But he's been much better in the second half.
If you possibly lost a wallet.
11:53 left in this one. Rolesville hoping to turn things up here. It's Providence Day, who much of this game has had their drive start at the 48 and the 46 and the opposing 44. Now they're backed up at their own 1.
Cashier cards and a license.
Goal line formation as Providence Day just trying to get out of their own end zone, but Rolesville will give them an assist here by jumping too early. So an offside penalty there. Now it's at the 6-yard line, and that's going to be very helpful for Providence Day. Clock is certainly the Chargers' friend at this point. The give is to Aiden Gallos. Bounding it to the outside, close to a first down marker. Next week, Providence Day, as more flags come in, next week, Providence Day will host Charlotte Catholic. They also host Butler. So that's 3 straight opponents from the North Carolina High School Athletic Association that Providence Day, a member of the Independent School Association, will be playing. And after that, it is a showdown against Rayboone Gap out of Georgia. Then they go at Cannon School. Their bye week is the first week of October. Then it's at Christ School. And then 3 conference games because they play in a very very small conference. It's a little bit different in football than it is in other sports for Providence Day. So they only have Charlotte Latin at home, at Charlotte Christian, and then home with Charlotte Country Day on the conference schedule. Rolesville, following this week, is going at Richmond. Then they have their bye week on September 12th. It's another give as the Gallos, following his blocks, picks up a solid 4 or 5. Following that bye week will be all conference games for Rolesville in the Cap 8. They go at Corinth Holders. Then they host Millbrook, and that will be a huge showdown by 2 teams who in the preseason were top 10. I have a feeling that tonight's result may drop Rolesville a little bit further out of that top 10. They'll need to win at Richmond next week or to avoid an 0-3 start. Then in October, they'll host Broughton, go to Wakefield, host Athens Drive, travel to Liesel Road. A big shot as he caught that one. I don't know how he held on. Bauer Sodoma, catching it, but now he is laying down in great pain. The hit there was delivered by Marquise Bryant, just teed off on him. And I hope all is well here because even though he held on to the ball, the way he's kind of laying there afterwards, hopefully just the wind knocked out. We'll see. And I tell you what we're going to do, folks, as we kind of get this checked out, we're going to take another break. There's 10:45 left in this game. Providence Day leading 38-10.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
Field on his own, under his own power. Marquise Bryant laying the wood. Somehow he held on, and somehow he got a yard. And it's a 3rd and 4 now at the 33. Zaid Lott will keep it himself, take some big shots. I don't think that's what Providence Day wants him to do, even though it was a design run. But I'll tell you this, he had to stay in bounds because the clock is their friend, and that's just what he did. Another 2 yards or so from Lott. I've got him with 7 carries, 3 yards, 1 touchdown. And that's the most important stat tonight. Another high punt. This was kind of angled out of bounds. And Rolesville will take over at their own 30. 9:46 left in this one. I know a lot of you are joining us now who maybe you were at a high school football game earlier this evening and that has been done and put away. We've had a lot of reasons why this game has lasted. We've had injuries and cramps and penalties, a little mix of everything. And then, of course, a lot of touchdowns. Rolesville has trailed throughout this game. Falling behind as much as 31-3 to start. And that run by Rogers, Tristan Rogers. And Amir Brown may be done for the night. I don't see him out there. He got up gingerly in the late third quarter. And again, Rolesville is really the walking wounded right now with how many players have gone out with injury, how many players are dealing with cramps. And Rogers gets it again. Dances away from one guy. And he only picks up about a yard on the perimeter. Waiting for him was Stone Ike. Rogers, 4 carries on the night. He was kind of slung for a big loss to start the night, so he's in negative territory. Unofficially, about 70 yards on the ground for Rolesville. Some plays were missed here and there, so it was probably a little bit more than that. And this completion, swinging it out. Again, a lot of stuff going east-west tonight for Rolesville. That's Sean Nesbitt, a sophomore. No gain.
Fourth down, hunting back on the field.
Now the clock ticking under 8.5 minutes. Riley Daniels, he's been quite busy this half. And recovering this will be Marquise Bryant. A fair catch was called by Providence Day, and they didn't field it in the air. And so the ball bounces away, and Marquise Bryant jumps on it. There is a flag on the play. We'll see how this affects anything. But Caleb Cooper, I don't know if he lost it in the lights or what, but he signaled fair catch, and then all of a sudden he ran past the ball, and it took a backwards hop. And I think the referees are trying to figure out this one. We've had a lot of referee conferences tonight, too. Again, the HighSchoolOT postgame show scheduled for 10:15. Will probably be pushed back a little bit because of this game still going strong with 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go. The penalty is on Providence Day. And they're signaling that it's their ball. So again, Providence Day did not field that punt. They did signal fair catch. I know some rules are different in high school than the pros.
You got a club there that this
And I've only run into this about once in my now 18 years of covering high school athletics, and I remember there's something weird about it then as well, about signaling for the fair catch and not fielding it. But moving there, that is number 5, Gordon Sellers. He is Clemson bound, and we haven't really called his name much tonight. But he had that ball with a full head of steam. A solid 14-yard field pickup there on the end around. Clock is now under 8 minutes. If you're wondering how Providence Day built this lead, as Gallos is running stronger and harder as the night goes on, he picks up solid yards there. Providence Day took its first drive of the game. It looked like they were being held to a field goal. Instead, there was a roughing the kicker. And then on the very next play, Zaid Lott, 11-yard run for the end zone touchdown, 7-0 Providence Day. Rolesville responds with a 47-yarder by kicker Riley Daniels. That makes it 7-3. As Gallos, you need 3. He gets you about 5. A 41-yard field goal with about 4 minutes and 35 seconds left in the second quarter by Jacob Baggett. That made it 10-3 Providence Day. And then Providence Day really was scored on every drive but one in the first half. A 23-yard touchdown pass from Lott to Dempsey. Then a 7-yard pass from Lott to Gallos. And then a 19-yard touchdown pass from Lott to Gallos. And all of a sudden, things are really snowballed to a 31-3 margin. With 28.4 seconds left in the second quarter, Rolesville got on the board once more with a 3-yard touchdown run by Amir Brown. That made it 31-10 at halftime. As you see, Aiden Gallos is getting all the work for Providence Day. He's close to a first down marker. He lost 3 the previous play, and he picks up 10 on this one. And it'll be 3rd and 2, or 3rd and 3 here. And then to start off the second half, a 6-yard run by Gallos with a minute left in the third quarter has been the only scoring that we have had in this entire second half. Clock now at about 6 minutes left here at the farm, home of Rolesville. New running back into the game. That is Jack Criswell. It gets maybe a yard, but he's short. It'll be 4th and 1. Again, if you're Rolesville, no time to rest. You got to get some things worked out before next week when you head down to Richmond. That's another top 25 team. Lott, quarterback sneaks, got the first down easily. Strong 5-yard carry on a quarterback sneak. But Richmond lost a close one last week to Hoggard, playing Scotland tonight, their traditional rival that they used to end the year with. Now they're in different conferences. It's a new year, an 8 classification world, and the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. It'll take some time for folks to get used to the classifications and the conferences. Rolesville an 8A team. And his handoff is to another new running back. That is Chase Bierman. Looks like he lost about a yard. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Clock is now under 5 minutes. And it'll be a penalty on Providence Day. Big time penalty. Going to move it back a solid 15 yards. I think it was targeting, perhaps. I couldn't quite tell what the signal was, but that's a big one. The clock will start rolling again. Play clock at 25. So they can roll this thing down as much as they want. And I guarantee they'll try to do that as much as they can the rest of the way. Just remember, we cannot bring you this high school T game of the week without Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, as Lot will go to the air and complete. Solid pickup. Lot now, 16 completions. That was another solid 10 yards. Now, Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great for office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. When you're placing that next catering order, place it with Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. And you can taste their legendary flavor and hometown pride at 18 locations across North Carolina, including 2 locations pretty close to right here in Rolesville. There's an Alpaca Chicken in Wake Forest, and Alpaca Chicken in Knightdale. So 2 different directions there, one heading back northern part of Wake County, and the other going towards the eastern part. Lot was sacked, but a face mask will move it 15 yards. That's not necessarily an automatic first down, but I think it was 2nd and 14. Actually, it was not. It was a little bit beyond that, so 2nd and short. 3:40 left in the game. Again, the high school T post-game show. It's going to have to be in a little bit of a holding pattern because of our game of the week. Last week, we had a 46-44 thriller, last-second field goal. This week, we have another game kind of taking you to the distance for different reasons. And it's Lot. He is really strong. Gets the first down. Does his job. He's had a few sacks tonight, so I've got him with 10 carries for 10 yards and 1 touchdown. Clocking at 2:45. 28-point margin, and if the Chargers were to score here and kick the extra point, then it would be 35, in which we would have a running clock the rest of the way. And the give, that is the Criswell. Good yardage there. He's got a first down and then some. First down and 10 at the 11. Two minutes left. Hand off to Criswell. Stood up, pushed back. They're going to say he got back to the original line of scrimmage. Now about a minute and a half left. Providence Day is going to move to 2-0 on the season The big out-of-state win and then a big win here against one of North Carolina's largest schools. One of the most successful in the 8A East. Staying inbounds is Criswell. You can tell when he started seeing the sideline, he just wanted to do as instructed and stay inbounds, and he does. So it'll be a 3rd and 11 as he loses a yard. Again, Rolesville falling to 0-2 with another big one coming up down in Raider Stadium. Play clock is at 20, the game clock at about 45, so they can wind this thing all the way down and maybe have one final play after it. They're going to take a knee with 31 seconds left, and that will do it. Our final score tonight from the High School OT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is number 6, Providence Day, 38. Number 8, Rolesville, 10. A great job by Providence Day, especially in the first half, of being efficient on offense. Every drive but one went for points. And then the second half, both defenses played terrific. Only 7 points combined in the second half. Providence Day, 2-0. Rolesville dropping to 0-2. Just a reminder, folks, tonight you've got the High School OT post-game show. You could be checking out the High School OT scoreboard right now. We also have the post-game show coming up with Evan Moesta. And then at 11:15 p.m., WREL's Football Friday with Chris Lee. I am J. Mike Blake for Tyler Suttles and everyone at High School OT. Goodbye from the Game of the Week.